My greetings to all my dear viewers. Try to view my video that says Jacintha Spoken English and subscribe and also share to your friends. So one of the main items in the syllabus is voices in English. Maybe school level, in college level, everywhere we have got voices. That is active voice and passive voice. So active voice, I'm going out, I'm sleeping, I'm cooking. You can say, I'm reading a book, I am listening to the voice. So in that way, the subject is doing an action means we call it as active voice. And on other hand, when the subject is made to do, the work is done means it is a little different. That is what is passive voice. No, plants are well watered by the gardener. It is a passive voice. The plants are very well cared by the gardener as well as the madam. So the house owner as well as the gardener, the watchman, all of them together are taking care of the garden. That means it is active voice. Or each and every plant is well observed and well cared by the gardener. This is passive voice. So in our regular conversation, mostly we say everything in active voice only. And sometimes when we give importance to passive voice in our spoken language, when we are describing the day-to-day events, sometimes we have to give importance to passive voice also. So we always use the third form of the verb. So we know verb first type is what is present tense, and second we have got past tense, and then we have got the verb 3 that is in the past participle. And there are some special verbs in which it is different, like drink, drank and drunk. I drink coffee every morning. But yesterday I drank a cup of milk. And we have already seen that milk, coffee and all. We cannot say a coffee, a milk, a tea. It is always a cup of coffee, a liter of milk. So in that way we can say every day I drink coffee, but this morning I drank a cup of milk. Then it was a tasty one, and the cat also was drinking for a long time, and the whole milk was drunk by my cat. The cup of milk or a liter of milk was fully drunk by my pet cat. So in that case it was drunk. So when the action is going on for a long time, we say is drinking, and the passive form of it is being drunk. So passive form for continuous tense, we have to add a word being. When we say I am writing a letter for my friend. So we can, when it is put in the passive form, we can say a letter is being written. Third form is written. A letter is being written by me to my friend. A tasty dish was cooked by my sister. So this is past tense. Okay, was cooked. It is a past tense. So in that way, we have to pay attention to the tenses, whether it is past tense, present tense, or future tense. When we say, I will cook it tomorrow. I will get the recipe from my sister, and I will try to cook the same tomorrow. I will try to do it tomorrow. My auntie is a good tailor. She does her stitching very well. with care. She does her stitching very well with care. So does, third person singular, always takes yes. My sister cooks very well. My auntie stitches very well. My children learn well. Children is there because plural, so we say my children learn well. My youngest child plays always. So third person singular and also habitual action, we say it in simple present tense. My little child enjoys playing with a doll. My little baby always looks bright, is always happy. No, that is all habitual action which we see every day. My little child is always happy. She smiles at everyone when she is lying on the cradle. She smiles at everyone. She gives a very good smile. And we enjoy looking at the little child. All these are simple present tense. But when it is third person singular, we always use yes. The baby starts crying. It is third person singular, so we say the baby starts crying. So I went to her. I went to see. I went to see her. She starts crying, so I am going to her. I am going to see her. So we can say all these either in simple present tense. When the action is over, we say in simple past tense. When it is a continuous tense, we say it in a. When it is a continuous action, we say it in a with continuous tense. The baby is smiling at me very happily. I also enjoy looking at her. But when she starts crying, I am very sad. I am worried. So I go towards her. So these are the ways and means how we express our thoughts and feelings and also the events which happen in our house. When we discuss about it to our friend, sometimes we say it in the past tense. You know what happened this morning when I was teaching my little child, preparing her for her exams. She is just in second standard, and when I was helping her to learn her lessons, I suddenly heard a sound. So, you know, the long time action we can say in continuous tense. What is it? I was helping my child to prepare for her examination. So, helping is a long time action. So, we can say, I was helping her to prepare for her examination. But suddenly, I heard a sound, we can say. That is a sudden action. We can say it in simple past tense. We can say, when I was praying, suddenly I heard the bell sound. So praying is a long time action. So suddenly, when I was praying, I heard a bell sound. So voices means all voices, mainly we have to pay attention to all the verbs. That is why we started with the voices, and I am just telling you about the different ways of expressing our activities and giving you the ideas of how best to use the verb, whether past tense, simple past tense, or present tense, simple present tense, or continuous tense. We can always understand the rule that when anything is done for a long time, the maid was sweeping, for example, the maid was sweeping the floor. So sweeping is a long time action. Suddenly, the flower vase fell down. So it's a sudden action, just for a minute. So this maid was sweeping the house, sweeping the hall, and suddenly what happened? The beautiful flower vase fell down. So we rushed to the spot. we could see the broken pieces on the floor. So all these we can say in a simple way, with simple past tense. But the long time action is always said with continuous tense. Present tense or past tense. We have to see whether it is a past action or present action. And we can say it as a past continuous tense or present continuous tense. Usually it is like when a long time action is going on, we say it with continuous tense, and in between something may happen. That may be a short time action, so we say it as in the present, simple present tense or simple past tense according to the timings, whether it is past tense or present tense. So for any action, when we describe any activity in our day-to-day life, the action which goes on for a long time can be said as with continuous tense, and with the action which happens just for 1 second, we have to say it with simple past tense or simple present tense. So when we think all these in our mind, our spoken language will be always good. So when we say all these, remember to use the simple present tense, third person. When the subject is third person singular, the verb will be having an S. The cat comes after me. Comes after me. No? Third person singular. Jacob always sings melodiously. So third person singular is said with an S. The cook cleans the vessels very neatly. It is a usual action and also third person singular. So we use an S for a verb. My driver drives very steadily. Sometimes fastly also, but goes on, drives always in a very steady speed only it is. So we can say all these in a very simple way with simple present tense. But present tense means it must have an S. Many people forget that. Third person singular verb always takes S when it is in its simple form. Simple present tense means third person singular must have an S. This point should be always in our mind when we talk in English. So in this way, little attention to the small little rules can be always paid attention. We have to pay attention to the small little rules. And then we can make our spoken English better and pose ourselves as the best person in spoken English. Thank you. Bye for today.